Danny Jansen joins us on the line. Toronto Blue Jays catcher made his major league debut yesterday. Hey, Danny, thanks for doing this.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
So, yeah, was that a weird way to get your first major league base hit, the fact that the inning was over immediately with Russell Martin gunned out at the plate?
Yeah, I guess. I just tried to put the bat on the ball. I didn't know what was going on after that. So I know that there's going to be a plate to plate, so I just started running to second base. And I heard the crowd go nuts, and I looked in and didn't know what happened. And then I made a great play, great throw, great tag. And then I came in and celebrated. It was an amazing feeling.
Yeah, for me, I think I would actually rather go right back into the dugout. Just because, not knowing that you got robbed of the RBI, but that you don't have to do the stand out there for the first time, knowing, because, your family and friends are there, right? Your parents are there. They're looking down. You don't have to do they're looking at you. You want to look up, but you have to make that decision of, do I act like a pro here and just act like I've been here before, or do I look up and give the smile and give the look?
I think it's one of those moments where any choice would have been all right. I was kind of just in the moment, and I know I got to do behind the plate. So after that, I got in there, and when I got back behind the plate, my heart was racing a little bit. I had to control that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't trade it for the world. It was crazy.
Well, what was it like when you first stepped out there? Because we were talking to Joe Siddle earlier, and it was actually in reference to Sean Reid-Foley's comments about how he never got his legs underneath him during that start, and he was nervous from start to finish. And, you looked pretty composed in that game. And, again, you come up with a couple of hits, you throw somebody out. What did it feel like when you first stepped out there? Did you get that feeling, that feeling of your legs just are not there with you? It doesn't feel like you have control of all your extremities?
Yeah, you know what I did in the first inning? You're going out there. It's what you worked your whole life for. It's what every kid dreams of. And I think for me, it's like when I catch that first ball, or I block that first ball especially, then I'm really in the game. And you realize that it's the same game as what you've been doing since you were a young kid. So after that moment, after I blocked that first ball and caught that first ball and threw the first ball to second base in between innings, it's like, here we are, we're here, let's do it. It's baseball, same game. Let's go have some
fun. First time in the history of this Toronto Blue Jays franchise that battery mates have made their major league debuts together. Did that make it easier that you've caught Sean Reid-Foley many times this season?
Yeah, you know what it did, because I've been with Foley pretty much since he came in 14. I was with him 16, 17, and 18. So I know that for both of us, just being with a familiar person made it a little bit easier, ease the nerves a little bit, knowing we'll trust each other. So that definitely helped. And then tonight, Ryan Borucki's on the mound, so another familiar face. But, yeah, I think for last night for the debuts, having both guys that have been with each other for years definitely eased it.
What did you try to communicate to Foley last night on the mound during those visits when, again, you know this guy, and he is going through it a little bit, and he is feeling some nerves? What's the message that you're trying to give him?
Well, I kept trying to tell him what everybody's been telling me. It's the same game. I'm trying to play the tough guy that act like he's been there before. Because, one of us has to be really composed, So I went out there and I said, it was, I forget what the situation was. It was man on first and second. Take a deep breath. You shoot the ball. Russell came over, same thing. So you got this. Let's try to ease it. And, he did a great job last night. It was fun.
I was actually just thinking right now, as you said that, though, have you gotten any advice so far since getting called up, or someone shared a story with you that you actually absorbed, or are you just getting cliche after cliche after cliche?
Everybody's been great. Everybody's been, I've asked a lot of questions about what to expect. I've asked Russell about his debut, and he told me he got 2 knocks in his debut. So he got a couple RBIs and a double.
Oh, he just tried to one up you right away, eh?
Put you so far. Yeah, but it's all for fun. He's a great dude, and I'm just grateful to be here with these guys, and they've been more than welcoming, and we're just gonna keep going.
How'd you celebrate after the game? Because you had the family there. Did you guys go out? Were there tears shed after you met with the family after the game?
There wasn't so much tears. The tears were shed when I made the phone call, but there was definitely some hugs that were raced for a long time. And after the game, when I walked out of the locker room, and then we ended up going to get some food. It was late, so we had to find something. And Ryan Borucki and his family was there as well because we're close to the kids, so we're all like a table. And Foley's family was behind us as well. Everybody's kind of in the same area, and we just reminisced on it, and we just talked and just had a good time. And I had like 10 people, 12 people there. And it was a very special moment, a moment I'm never going to forget.
So we've heard that you and Ryan Borucki are pretty tight. And, I was watching the interview before the game yesterday, you sitting there with Hazel May, which I'm guessing must have felt a little strange for you knowing that the camera's there and that it's feeding into Blue Jays Central. But that you were discussing about the meeting of when you first showed up at his hotel room and just talking about everybody getting together and that you couldn't believe it and soaking it all in. And now you get to catch him, your buddy. I think, anyways, tonight we were speculating about it. We don't know for sure, I guess, if you are doing that. But the one thing that keeps coming up with Borucki that everybody says, and you can see it, and it's weird because it's one of those things that's really hard to quantify. But he does just seem so unflappable, and that he was on with us, and dude's so comfortable just talking, and dude's so comfortable on the mound. Is that the characteristic that impresses you most about him, or is there something about Ryan Borucki that really that is really especially impressive to you?
I mean, that's pretty much it, man. He's a very comfortable kid. He adapts really well, really fast, and he's a competitive bulldog. We'll be playing video games, and it just gets competitive between both of us. It's just how we are, and I think that's why we're such good friends and all that stuff. So, especially when he's on the mound, obviously, for his debut, I'm sure there was nerves, but he's a bulldog. He's going to compete. And he's going to give you everything he has. And he's one of my best friends, probably my best friend. And I'm grateful to be on the same team with him and have his support and just get to know him and work with him over the years. It's been amazing. It's been fun.
Yeah, when we had him on, we talked about video games then as well. He talked about Fortnite, and he talked about, how he's had teammates that were way worse than they thought they were at that game. Where would you evaluate yourself? Are you one of the horrible Fortnite players?
Fortnite player. Oh, man. I'll play it once in a while. Used to play it. I played a lot with him in the off season, and he's a Fortnite guy. He's probably better than me now, but I'll always tell him I'm better than him. So I won't let him live that down.
Yeah, you're not as good now because you don't practice all the time. Like you're not as obsessed with it.
I don't play it much anymore.
Yeah, like
you're not a starting pitcher where you play once every fifth day. Like, come on. Yeah, the guy's part-time Fortnite player.
Yeah, he's got more time on his hands. That's all. You know what though? He wouldn't sue anybody. He wouldn't say who the bad players were. He wouldn't say who the better players were. I was like, damn. So this is really how it is. There's some politicking when it comes to video games. I wonder, are we getting to that point with Fortnite now where it's like it's starting to jump the shark? We're getting in range? Because it always feels like this with every single video game or every big song or every big artist that like this is never going to end. But like maybe now's the time. Maybe you're kind of at the forefront of Fortnite is over. It's not the hot game in the streets anymore.
I'll tell you what, it is that game is taking off, and I don't play it anymore that much. I don't know. I just choose not to. I don't really play it. I just play like a couple of other video games. But if we're talking Fortnite, I won't say that I'm bad at it, but I will definitely tell Borucki to his face that I'm better than him. I will never.
Yeah. All right, and we will definitely relay that to him if we have him on in the near future. So that was
please do.
Okay, we will. That was our first look, obviously, at Sean Reid-Foley, and it's hard to get too much footage of him in minor league scenarios. I was just going on what I'd heard from people. How similar did he look to you? Because you've seen him a bunch, AA, AAA as well. How similar was he yesterday to the guy you've seen for the majority of this season? Is that what we can expect from him going forward? Are there things that he was doing yesterday that you expect him not to do in his subsequent starts? What can you tell us about what we saw from Sean Reid-Foley yesterday?
You know what? What we saw last night is what I've been seeing. He was composed out there. He pitches with his fastball. He's got a fastball that's it's 95, 96. It's heavy, and we use that thing. We go inside, we elevate it with it. I will say, like, and I'm sure he'll say the same thing. Like, just a couple scenarios, 1-2, 0-2, where you wanted to bury like a curveball, get it down a little bit more. A couple hits, we're hitting to like the holes right there that maybe we could have had a little bit down. But the debut, man, I'm sure his head was going crazy. So just I can't imagine being a pitcher debuting and stuff like that and what's going through your head. So, but he was excellent, and he showed a lot of composure. And he's going to pitch with his fastball. His off speed's great. So yeah, just a couple things. Maybe just getting a little bit down more with his off speed and just burying it. I know he trusts me in blocking it, and I trust him in throwing it. And I think it's just going to go uphill from there. Definitely.
Are we at the point now, or are we in range now, that you would consider getting laser eye surgery because you're starting to get sick and tired of how much credit the glasses are getting? Like, it's almost like you're just like, the glasses are, wow, those glasses. It's like that Simpsons
Danny
with
Jansen?
the rod.
You mean the glasses guy?
Yeah, exactly. It's the Simpsons with the rod.
Yeah.
Where it's like the rod, the glasses are the rod. So yeah, maybe getting a little bit too much credit for maybe the baseball player within the glasses or underneath the glasses.
And I've asked a couple, so you got to get these and you got to wait till your eye. But then again, it's kind of like
That's too bad.
there's something like the media will post and I kind of like that. It's something cool. I can't imagine myself without it now. I don't know. I wear glasses full time. I got a couple pairs for off the field, and I don't know. I think it'd be weird without it. So I might keep it. It's still in the year. I got to wait a couple years, I think, until I can even really consider it. But I think it's my thing.
It is weird though. I had that moment too, much earlier in my life than you did, of putting glasses on for the first time, and I just remember that sensation of, wait, this is how everyone can see all the time? Like, that was mind blowing for me. Do you have the same experience?
Yeah, definitely. Like, why? I kind of kicked myself. Like, why didn't I do this earlier? I probably could have done it like it was in 16 or like the second half of the season, but I was just stubborn and said maybe I'm just tired the whole time. Yeah, man, it's been good, and it's definitely helps when you see. Everything's in HD now. It's crazy.
Yeah, seeing very important when fastballs are flying at you at 95 miles an hour. Danny, congratulations on your major league debut. Congratulations on the 2 hits, despite the fact that the second one went about 10 feet. Man, you take 3,000 more of those, and you're in the Hall of Fame. Thanks for joining us.
Well, the glasses at least.
Yeah. Thanks, Danny.
See you, buddy.
Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
There's Danny Jansen.